ऋत्विजम् होतारं रत्नधातमम्.
The Hoysalas of Dwarasamudra established their dynasty in the year 1022 CE. They hailed from Shashkapura in the Western Ghats. The first of the dynasty was Vinayaditya I, who ruled till about 1047 CE. He was succeeded by Vinayaditya II and thereafter by Ballala, Vishnuvardhana Pittideva and Narasimha I. However, it was during the reign of Veera Ballala that the Hoysalas became completely independent. The glory of the empire reached its zenith during this period. The last of the kings of the dynasty, King Virupaksha, was defeated at Berbi by the Turushkas in 1342 CE. Welcome to Maya Sabha, the virtual museum covering the historic temples of India. In this episode, we take a peek at some of these temples built during the Hoysala dynasty and explore their art and architecture. The external characteristics of Hoysala temple include a raised jagati or a platform on which the temple stands. Many temples are built from stellate plans. These are the corners of the temples. They range from Chaturasra of 4 corners to Padma, 8 corners, Mahapadma, which has 16 corners, and finally Pritaka Padma or 32 corners. The plans of the temple vary from Ekakuta, Trikuta, Chatushkuta or Panchakuta. This is the Kappe Channigaraya temple at Belur, built by Shantala Devi, the Pattadarani of King Vishnuvardhana. This was built by Chakanchari, the master sculptor and a genius. The reason the temple is suffixed by Kappe is because of the frog which was inside the statue of the main deity. The material used is soapstone for majority of Hoysala temples, due to which the intricate details could be sculpted. This temple is called a Dvikuta because it has 2 Garbhagrihas, one in the west and the other in the south. Each Garbhagriha has an entrance in front of it, one in the east and the other in the north. The lowest part of the wall is called a Pita or Adhisthana and is made up of horizontal bands called Pattis. The walls are called Changas, are divided into 2 parts by Chadya. The lower part is normally decorated with sculptures of divinities. Another Chadya concludes the wall, succeeded by Hara or similar elements. On top of this is the Shikara or the superstructure, and the crowning parts of this will be the Ghanta and the Kalasa. This is missing in most of the temples due to the use of brick and mortar. This is the wall of Sri Lakshmi Narasimha temple at Luggehalli near Hassan. This is a Trikuta temple and is on a raised jagati with 6 pattis in the Adhisthana. The walls have carvings depicting episodes from Bhagavata. As per the carvings on the temple walls, the temple was mainly sculpted by Baichoja and Mallikamma. This is the outer wall of the Channakeshava temple at Belur. This temple was constructed in the Bhumija Prasada style of temple architecture in the year 1116 CE by King Vishnuvardhana. The important feature of Bhumija style is in the detailing of the walls with heavy pillars. Unfortunately, the superstructure of this temple is no more, since it was done using brick and mortar. This is evident in the small size models of Bhumija Shikaras all over the temple complex. As with the temples built by Hoysalas, the temple is an Ekakuta temple and is with a stellate plan. It is on a raised jagati or a platform. The pitas or the adhishtanas is decorated with elephants, horses, soldiers, creepers, hamsas and many more. The next band consists of stories from Ramayana and Mahabharata. The pillars itself are lathe finished with razor-sharp edges. On the top, we have Madanikas. Each of these have been famously named by the famous poet Sri D.V. Gundappa in his opera Antapurada Geetegalu. The space in between the pillars is covered with beautifully carved screens. These are supposed to be filled in by the successors of King Vishnuvardhana. The royal family entered temple from the western side of their palace and first paid their respects to Ganesha. one can observe the great skill of artists in this magnificent work of art. The Dwarapalakas at the entrance are the guardians of the temple. The Hoysaleshwara temple is dedicated to Lord Shiva, and hence the Dwarapalakas are Nandi and Virangi. Every part of the sculpture is intricately carved, especially the ornaments, which have very fine detail. During the invasion by the Delhi Sultanate, the temples were destroyed, faces disfigured and hands chopped off. The Channakeshava temple at Belur is dedicated to Lord Vishnu, and the exquisitely carved Dwarapalakas are Jaya and Vijaya. Again, the delicate ornate work can be seen here. Every inch of these temples is a delight to view, and the artistic levels of these artisans are on a completely different plane. Do include them in your travel plans and visit them at the earliest.